Hello, thanks so much for tuning in to join me for March's Learn with the League program. My name is Shelby Hoover, and if you aren't already familiar with me, I am Montgomery County League of Women Voters coordinator for their Lunch with the League / Learn with the League programming. I think I've settled on, if we actually are meeting together live in the noontime, we'll be calling it lunch sessions, and if our programs are going to be, in the evening or premiering in a recorded format, then we might be using the Learn with the League title, just so that you can kind of differentiate the different styles of programs that we might be doing. And it is a bit near the end of March right now, so if you're watching this as a contemporary viewer, the month is ending, but our thinking about women doesn't have to end, obviously, at the end of the month, and should continue throughout the year, as always. Today's program deals with the theme of women leaders in Montgomery County as we recognize Women's History Month. One thing that I really like about the conversation that you're about to see is that it's giving us, at least in my opinion, a really interesting look at female leadership in Crawfordsville that takes an appearance that we don't normally see. And even though our conversation is not super celebratory in nature, as you'll see, we end up talking kind of about the challenges of what it's like to be a business leader currently in 2021. And of course, there are a lot of things going on outside of just being a woman currently. We've all been dealing with COVID-19 and the pandemic and a lot of other things. But again, we do want to celebrate during Women's History Month. We want to take a look at women who came before us that should be honored. We should be talking about how wonderful it is to be a woman in today's age. But there is a flip side to that. It's both wonderful and difficult, all rolled into one. So that gives you a little bit of context for our conversation, just so that you know going into it. And again, this doesn't have to be the end of you thinking about this subject. So if what you learn about in today's video strikes your interests, I encourage you to continue to think about these topics each and every month and look for ways to channel your passion into activism in whatever form that might take. So we're just about to jump into the panel interview. I hope you'll stick around to the end. This is a fairly short, edited version of the actual interview that we had. You'll only have about 25 minutes of us talking. And then at the end, it's going to cut back to me again. And I'm going to give a bit of a sneak peek of some upcoming programs that we're going to be doing as actual Lunch with the League programs. And I'll also be talking about a few other things that you can look into if this really fires you up. So stick around. I hope you enjoy our conversation. I hope it gives you lots to think about. And thanks again for joining me. Hey, thanks for tuning in. My name is Shelby Hoover, and I am currently joined by 3 guests who are going to be talking with me about, today, so March is Women's History Month, and so we're focusing in on the subject of women leaders in Montgomery County, women business leaders, women community leaders, what that looks like in 2021, the challenges, etc. So I'll have our panel introduce themselves, and then we'll be asking some questions of them. Maybe Chanel, you would like to start.
Yes. Hi, everyone. My name is Chanel Darby. Thank you so much, Shelby, for having us here with you today. And I am the owner of Choice Wellness Company. But first, I'll start off with, why does she have on this crown that says 39? I got to first go there. So my birthday is in March, and we celebrate in women history. So I'm always celebrating, especially in March, my birthday. I think it's important for us to celebrate. So I love celebrating. So anyway, that's why I have a crown on my head. And with that, I am the owner of Choice Wellness Company. I'm just honored to be celebrating with you guys today and talking about women and how we're bosses and how we do what we do. So I'll pick next. I'm going to pick Miss Becca.
Thanks, Chanel. And thanks, Shelby. My name is Becca. I'm 26 years old. I currently work at a preschool in town in Crawfordsville, hand in hand creative learning. I'm also involved in the community by, I am a member of a couple boards here in town, the Mayor's Special Commission for Racial Inequality, as well as the Montgomery County United Fund.
Finally, Antoinette, would you like to go?
Yes, hi. I'm Antoinette with Simply Rebellious. We have a store downtown Crawfordsville. It's a makeup / cosmetic line, and we have 4 makeup artists. We work remotely as well as in the store, and we also have a website. And then we also, I teach entrepreneurship on Sunday. It's actually the young entrepreneurship class on Sundays. I'm also a business consultant. I help people get their business in order. And I'm just happy to be a part of the women here in Crawfordsville.
That's amazing. Your plate is so full. I do not know where you get the energy to do it. Like, for real, that's amazing.
I know, right? Thank you.
I got a preview of what everybody does, but I just want to kind of hone in a little bit and ask some questions just to find out more. And I'll start again with Chanel. So I know that you said that you lead the Choice Wellness Company, and that is based here in Crawfordsville. Can you tell us just a little bit about what you do with Choice Wellness, or like what the vision and the mission is?
Absolutely. So really Choice Wellness came about as I started to grow in my work profession as a health professional in exercise science. I was getting a lot of personal training, group fitness opportunity, and I really wanted to do more wellness where it focused more nutrition aspect, just different aspects of health and wellness, not just exercise and food. And I started to get a lot of experience working with a large population and just different people. And I realized this was something that I wanted to do and be able to implement ideas that would come up and learning how to program and manage and create and assess different wellness opportunities with companies. And so out of that, Choice Wellness was birthed, and we focused on just the wellness of organizations and helping leaders make decisions about how do we best support our employees in wellness. We just launched our app, which is really fun because we get to scale it down where we're not just companies only, large populations. We can service individuals. We can set up, different quick exercise plans, daily affirmations, and people can check in. They can take video, do pictures and everything, and really communicate with us now that we've been able to create this app that can service anybody anywhere now, which is another piece that I'm really enjoying. So we are just focusing on how our ideas and our knowledge and understanding can just provide fun engagement and keep you healthy, keep you understanding your health and wellness.
And what's the name of your app in case anybody would like to look it up and download it?
So the app is called Fitness by Invite, and we go through wellness.work. Okay. And so when you send us an email at cwchealth@choicewellnesscompany.com, we'll send you an invite to the app, and then you'll go ahead and download it and create your password, and then you'll have access and 10 introductions and learn how to use the app so that it really benefits you. There's lunch and learns, there's fitness programming, there's 21-day challenges, and they're very engaging, they're very quick, but they show results and everything like that. So just send me an email and we'll take it from there with an invite.
That's amazing. It feels like you're fusing so many things and your involvement there, from technology to managing people to health science to so much. All right. So just because Antoinette moved over in our little square right here, I think I'll move on to you next. I know you told us a lot about your business. But one thing I wanted to know was, I know you said it's downtown, but can you tell us the exact address in case anybody would like to find you?
So right now it's located at 117 East Main Street, right next door to Milliken's gift shop. In the first week of May, we're going to be moving it from downtown to the Tippecanoe Mall. And this is going to be right next door to Kohl's. So when you walk in the door, the C building, you'll run right into us, as we like right on the side of Kay's Jewelry and Kohl's, the store.
Cool. Awesome. And do you have a website, or can people call you
Yes.
if they have questions? And if they just Google Simply Rebellious, I assume?
Cosmetics.
Got it. All right.
.com.
It's cosmetics.
Mm-hmm. And we also on Instagram and Facebook as well, Simply Rebellious Cosmetics. So if they Google that or they go on Facebook or Instagram, that's how they can find us.
That's awesome. What inspired you,
Thank you.
to start this sort of like cosmetics empire that you're clearly building?
It was my daughter. And actually, it was my daughters, both of them. My daughter that's 15, she wanted to do a lip gloss line. And so I told her, like, lip gloss don't make that much money. So you're going to have to do more than just lip gloss, you know. But first, as she first started off, she said she wanted to start a business. I told her, I said, well, go find a business name, make up a business name and come back to me. And then if it sounds good, you know, we can take it from there. And so within an hour, she came back with Simply Rebellious, because she's 16 now, but at the time she was 14 and she was super rebellious, not simple. And so she like, okay, I'm Simply Rebellious. That's it. There go the name. And so I was like, boom, I like that, you know? And so she was like, yes, I want to do a lip gloss line. I was like, no, you're going to have to do the whole line if you want to see some money, you know?
Yeah.
And so then we started from there. We started making the products first. And I say, I don't like making the products. Mm-hmm. And then so we found a co-packer to do all the products and different things like that. So that's what we've been doing. And we've been switching up until we finally figured out, you know, the whole format of the company.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And Becca, just moving on to you now. I know you said that you work at Hand in Hand, but this was the first that I heard that you're sitting on boards in town. And we can talk about your work with Hand in Hand, but I'm really also curious about what your experience has been like as a female young board member. What has that been like so far for you?
So it's a little different. It's obviously a little bit out of my comfort zone. I kind of stick out like a sore thumb, as you could imagine, but I'm really liking it so far. I'm learning a lot. And so with the United Fund, basically what we do is we work with different agencies in town to fund the community. And then with the mayor's board, that's basically just like bringing social awareness and solutions to racial inequality and different injustices. But I'm really enjoying it, and I like it a lot, and I'm learning a lot too.
I'm glad to hear it. It is good to have like a new face to me, and sort of like fresh blood working in town. Mm-hmm. What I know you said that it's like a little maybe nerve-wracking or a little new for you. What made you push past that and dive into it anyway? Anything in particular?
To be honest, it was really Chanel, who she kind of pushed me to do it, to kind of jump out of my comfort zone and just kind of bite the bullet and do it. And I'm happy I did.
Female support.
Exactly.
What have you found challenging or frustrating doing the work that you do here in Crawfordsville? Like, has there been anything, I guess specifically operating as a woman, but it could be anything. Like, have you had challenges at all? And to kick it off, I can just say, for me personally, in the work that I do, I really struggle with drawing boundaries with people. That is something that I still don't feel comfortable doing, and I'm really awkward about. And it's come up more and more in my work as I, like get a board position or work on a nonprofit in a volunteer position. Having to say no has just been such a difficulty for me, and hearing other people talk about that has been helpful as I get older.
Shelby, look, say no.
It is difficult, but I see people like you, Chanel, like modeling it, and so I'm getting better.
I think with going from saying no, it comes with, I think when you're first starting off and getting into leadership, you're excited and it's something that pulls you in and it's like, oh, yes. And you see these new things that you might not understand or you might not know. And so you're into it and you learn it. And then the next thing you know, you have this new leadership skill set that you've learned. And you're like, hey, I could take this and apply it here and here. And it brings other things that you're doing into perspective. Right. And so you want to say yes to everything. It's like, yes, I want to do this. I can do that. I know I can do this. I can do that. And while we can do it, because we've been like graced and blessed to be able to do it, we have to realize like just because we said yes, this might be like a long-term situation, right? And it's gonna take some of them some hours and some times and some days and some months and some years sometimes. And we have to realize as you get older leadership, you realize like, oh no, this I don't have in my schedule. I don't have time for. This is a few week. I understand what's happening, and yes, I can say time. I have time for this. So it's really starting to understand everything else you have to juggle in your life around you. That's when you value being able to say no. Like, no, it ain't gonna happen because you're a person. You have to set those boundaries. So for me as a leader, that's how I've handled leadership and saying no, because I've always want to say yes, yes, yes. And I realized can't do it all.
Yeah.
I was about to say my challenge is being the new face of the town and people not, really shopping with you because they don't know you. They want you to, explain to them who you are, what you stand for, just for them to buy one thing. That right there, I don't like, because if I have to do all that, then what's the point of my business being here, seeing the fact that I don't think Mr. Walmart's is out here telling people about his life and how he got started. I don't feel like I should have to do that in order to get anybody's business. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So my whole challenge is really being accepted in the town where people come shop with our business without me having to explain who I am as a person. I don't feel like I have to do that. I mean, if I was a man, and I'm going to say this, but if I was a man starting a business, he wouldn't have to explain himself. He would just have to talk about his business. But me being a woman, I have to tell you about my whole life story and how did I come about coming here and doing this and that and that. That is just overwhelming. It's too stressful. So with that being said, I would just move my shop elsewhere where I know people will shop and I don't have to tell them nothing about me. I didn't even really, to be honest with you, I didn't even want people to even know it was my company, because it's like when you put a face on it and it ain't the right face, they don't want to shop with you. It's like, I don't know why immediately when it's a Black-owned business, people just look at it like, they look at it differently. You know what I'm saying? Like and I'm not just gonna say Black, but I mean woman. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then you add the Black to it, that's even worse. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like they, like run from it or something. Like, it's probably not clean. It's probably not right. They want to know where I get my money from, how I'm buying the stuff I'm buying for the store, how am I doing what I'm doing? But y'all don't ask these men out here to explain to you how they moving and grooving, So why do you want me to explain how I'm moving and grooving, No. So that's why I'm moving my store out of this town because I felt like I lost enough money already since November,
I'm so sorry. And I'm sorry for our town that we're going to lose your awesome business. I appreciate you sharing your experience. I know it can't necessarily fix anything, but it might help other women think through these kinds of challenges if they want to do the same thing in the future here. So I appreciate you sharing.
Because I had for Christmas, me and my daughter, we went around, we made a whole bunch of gift bags because that's what we do. We make gift bags and we give them out, So we went around to the downtown stores And we passed out the gift bags to everybody. We told them who we are and everything. And the looks and the stares and the things that they told me, you know, what people told them about our company it was overwhelming. You know, like people told them that I'm running a brothel. That's so insulting. That's just too disrespectful.
I hear you.
I had no idea that was happening. That is crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm really sorry.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's bad.
It's really sad.
Yeah, this is that. And what this teaches us is when you say, making changes, and this helps us with, where our minds are as women and as community people. When we say we're community and people move in, it's not a huge community. How do we support them? As she say, like, if I was a man, business would look differently. I'm a woman, so business is looking like this. And, I haven't even made this, and the support that is required when we say we're a community. And this is, you want this business community, you want to thrive, do you only thrive when it's certain businesses, or do you thrive because it's business? And that's what we do, and that's what we're about. We're about support and connection. Those things are what make you just really want to say, okay, stories like this that you don't really hear, you don't really know that this is happening. You would say, this doesn't happen here. Well, here it is. So on the other end, on the flip end, hearing this, do you know, like, this is how I got to support? This is how you support communities, Black businesses, women owned businesses. This is how you support us.
I did want to go back to what you were mentioning with that. You have like, you're running young entrepreneurship, like classes or workshops on the weekends, you said?
Yes, on Sundays.
So if people were curious about that, how could they find out more? Are you taking on new learners, or is it kind of an exclusive thing? Are you going to be continuing that in the future?
Yes, I will continue that in the future because the kids actually love it. And because my kids are a part of it as well. And so it's really an 8-week program. And so we learn off of this Trinity online schooling, business. You get your business certificate within 6 weeks. So these kids is gonna be done with the program in 8 weeks. They'll have their business certificate. They'll have their EIN number. They will be fully legitimized as a business, owner. So we gonna teach the steps of the ins and outs of business, the finance and the marketing, more self-confidence. That's what we're working on this week. Boosting your confidence. Okay, because if you don't have any confidence in yourself, nobody's going to have confidence in your business. So that's, and we also have a guest speaker that teaches them public speaking, and I love her so much, Miss Jennifer Abbott. And so, she, they love her. They love her. So she's helping them to also get out of their comfort zone so they can be prepared. We having a pop-up shop at Lafayette at the Typical New Mall. It's going to be May 8th, Mother's Day weekend. And so they're going to be introduced to the world. They're going to introduce their companies to the world that day.
Yes.
And Antoinette,
they love it.
Tell us again how people could find out more about this entrepreneurship program.
They can actually give me a call. Okay, my phone number is 765-367-1983. And they can give me a call and we can put them in the next round.
Awesome.
She's the only one that could have teach this class. Like, she came in like, I'm going to teach entrepreneurship. Okay. Okay. She wanted to teach entrepreneurship. Like, you don't find people that too often just come in like, I have this skill set. There's this need. I want to come in and do this, and boom, and it's on and it's popping, and kids are excited. Young people are like, we have businesses. That's the exciting part. Like, as soon as you put something good out like that, then we get people with like clothing businesses and authors, and they just come out of the woodwork like, oh, I've been waiting for you. And so that goes to show you, like, when you step out of your comfort zone, when you step into something that you're destined to, it's just going to go. And the people who need what you need, they're going to be there. And, you know, we need more people to step up. We need more women to step up and step out of their comfort zone and share their gifts. And it helps so many other people, and it'll be a blessing. And it's something that will help your children's children. And that's like what the big picture is. So I'm excited.
Me too.
Well, I don't want to take too much more of your time. I guess before I let you go, do you have any final thoughts or anything we didn't talk about that you wanted to say?
Well, I pretty much said everything that I wanted to say. And I thank you, ladies. And y'all have my phone number now, so you can just give me a call.
And we know that we're going to come check out your store when it opens in Tippecanoe in May, you said?
Yes, the first week of May.
Cool. And May 8th will be the showcase of businesses, right?
Yep, it's called the Young Entrepreneurship Pop-Up Shop.
Awesome.
Yeah, you guys have to come. That's going to be so dope. That's going to be, I mean, like local high school students, middle school students, and other students, entrepreneurs from Tippecanoe and Montgomery County. That's going to be fun. So that's, again, how do you support? This is how you support. This is what you put your money in. This is where you go the extra mile. Like, oh my God, you came out here. That's a big for entrepreneurs to see your face and to know that someone's listening. You know, lastly, what I would say is from, you know, a woman's standpoint, like be fearless and fabulous. Like that's all that's what we could be. We're everything else, but we can be that for ourselves, and we can do this. And you need to network. You need to connect with some women. Like we are the shit. Like if I could say that, because like, and I mean that.
I won't bleep it. We'll leave it
Yes,
in.
you know, that's what we are. That's how we roll. We laugh all the time. We support each other as much as we can. And it's how we live life. Women, again, be fearless. Entrepreneurs, whatever you have down deep in you, bring out, whether it's I can take pictures, I can sew, you know, I can paint a face, whatever you can do. Like it's a business, period.
Right.
It's a business. And if you don't believe in your business, you're the only one who's going to believe in your business. You're that one. No one else is going to believe in your business like you believe in your business. And that's what you have to remember. And so keep that in mind when you're building your business, or you think an idea is crazy. It's not crazy. It's a business. You just, you know, I go to Antoinette, she's going to teach you how to run your business.
And that's exactly what we're doing, because in the mall, you don't have to tell them where you're from. They go come in and shop just because you in the mall.
Take my money, man. Take my money. Take it.
That's it.
Yeah. All right, guys. I'll let you go. I'll see you later. Thanks so much.
Bye. Thank you.
Hey there, welcome back. Thanks so much for watching our interview, and I hope you found it, as I said before, if nothing else, illuminating, and hopefully you learned something new today. I'd like to continue exploring more about the topic of women's rights and women's equality. There are a couple of different league resources that you might want to look into that are really cool and have been created by local creators about our historical women's movement, both here in Crawfordsville and Montgomery County and also nationally. So the first thing that I would recommend, if you have never heard of it, or maybe if you just never had a chance to catch it when it was happening live, we created in the league a presentation to honor the 100th anniversary of the passing of the 19th Amendment, granting women full suffrage in the United States. Well, excuse me, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said full, but granting some women suffrage in the United States. So the presentation that we created was called The Legend of the Legendary League. It does trace the origins of the National League of Women Voters, as well as our local League of Women Voters, and just the suffrage movement in general, from its origins very early on, really in the 1700s, obviously even further back than that, and then tracing that sort of suffrage narrative, where it picks up again at Seneca Falls in the 1800s and then on into modern times. The presentation also really tries to focus in on women whose names you probably haven't heard before who were involved in the suffrage movement, especially women of color, Indigenous women, etc. If you would like to view that presentation, I will add a link to the video description. It's available in a recorded format at the website for Crawfordsville District Public Library, who we partnered with as part of that presentation series. So that is like an hour-long video that you can watch if you would like, and it is full of really interesting information. If you've already caught Legendary League, then you might also know about this other resource, but in case you don't, one of the League's most prolific members, Shannon Hudson, wrote a book that was published last year, and it's all about the life of a local suffragist hero. Her name was Mary Holloway Wilhite. So this book is available for you to purchase if you would like from any major bookseller. But it's also available for you to purchase from the Carnegie Museum here in town. So if you want to support a local business and pick it up faster than you could ordering online, you can head down to the Carnegie Museum downtown, and I believe it is stocked in their bookshop. You can also pick up a copy at Crawfordsville District Public Library. There are, I believe there are circulating copies, and if not, there are definitely copies that you can look at in their local history section that you can just browse while you're there. And so, like I said, this book tracks the life of local suffragist Mary Holloway Wilhite, a really fascinating figure. I don't want to spoil too much of her story because I really do recommend that you pick up. It's quite a slim book too, so you're not committing yourself to like a gigantic tome. You can really take it home and get through it, in a couple of days if you want to. But that's another book that you could pick up that would be a great resource to learn about a woman who lived right here within Crawfordsville, who did incredibly important work serving women and children. I really recommend you pick it up and learn a bit about her life. So with that, I did want to give you a sneak peek of an upcoming topic that we're going to be doing for our next Lunch with the League and onward into the future. April really gives us a chance to focus in on topics and issues to do with our environment. Obviously, Earth Day is celebrated on April 22nd. Earth Day and sort of Earth Month give us a great chance to focus in a little bit on this vitally important topic. And the League will be recognizing that by partnering with the Friends of Sugar Creek and certain officials from the city of Crawfordsville to bring you a public forum about the coming removal of the Lowhead Dam here in Crawfordsville on the Sugar Creek. It will be a Zoom format meeting. So you can tune in if you would like and actually ask questions of the panel that will be interviewing that day. You can also submit questions ahead of time if you can't tune in live, but if you have a question or if you're really curious about some aspect of this project, feel free to submit those to the email that will be on the screen. And if you can't tune in live, the session will be recorded and then posted just like this on both the League of Women Voters Facebook page and website, and also I believe the Friends of Sugar Creek on their various web resources. So that's a great opportunity. If you just want to learn more about this project, if you haven't heard about it, I'm sure you can tune in and really get sort of a full overview and have any kind of question that might arise in your mind answered by the experts, which is a very cool opportunity. So that's what we've got for you today and this month. As always, we would love to hear your ideas for topics that you would like for us to explore here locally. If you know of a local or semi-local group that you think has an important mission that should be better known, let us know. We would like to highlight that and interview local leaders. So there are multiple ways that you can reach out to us. Feel free to look at our official website for more historical Lunch with the League programs. They're recorded on our YouTube channel. And you can find all of that information at our website at lwvmocoin.org. I hope we'll see you back here in April for our live public forum. But if we don't, You can always catch us online with our recorded programming. And if you feel the spark, and if it's time for you to get involved, you can always learn more about becoming a member of the League yourself and becoming a really active citizen in our community. Thanks so much. Have a great day wherever you are, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.